Earlier this month, 138 Singaporeans and PRs were officially appointed as crime prevention ambassadors under the National Crime Prevention Council. The recruits are trained as volunteers to promote public awareness about crime, especially when it comes to the elderly. Now, they tend to be easy targets for cheating scams and snatch theft. Our crime prevention efforts have contributed to falling crime rates. Let's have a look at the numbers. In the first 6 months of this year, over 14,500 cases were reported, a 6.3% improvement over the same period last year. The number of phone scams has also gone down. Now, there were fewer cases of lucky draw scams in the first 6 months of this year. It was just 40 compared to 88 in the same period last year. So to tell us more about what these voluntary crime fighters do is Poh Kay Ping from the National Crime Prevention Council. So Mr. Poh, thank you very much for coming in today. This initiative started in 2002. Your first batch had 28 crime fighters, or ambassadors as you call them. CPAs. And today you have 138.
Yes.
Is that the largest number so far?
So far is the largest, and it is very effective because it reached out to the peer. And we started off with senior citizens because they were a victim of all this scam. And now we are looking into other areas. We just appointed some young CPA recently among the 138 CPA.
So back then when it started, it was because, they were target of phone scams, a lot of cheating cases the elderly fall prey to. But in recent years, have you seen new trends emerging?
They are always changing their way of cheating people, but the main thing is to educate the peer or the public that they should not fall prey to all this kind of greedy lucky draws scam where you have to pay money upfront. But through this CPA, they managed to educate them, and recently there was a case, they managed to stop them from remitting money because after listening to the chit-chat session with the CPA, they went back and tell the relative, this is a scam.
Okay, so, when you decide to recruit these crime prevention ambassadors or CPAs, how do you go about choosing them?
Usually they are volunteers in the grassroots level, and we work with the People Association. At the same time, we welcome all volunteers as long as they are above 15, Singapore citizen or PR. They are welcome to be a CPA, and we can train them in one day. We give them update on crime statistic and what are the current crime situation, and they can spread all these crime prevention messages to all their peers.
So they're spread out over all the various constituencies?
The whole Singapore, in fact.
But how are they different from, say, a neighbourhood watch group?
Oh, it's multi-pronged approach. Neighborhood watch zone is basically to help each other prevent crime from happening. CPA actually help to run some crime prevention exhibition, telling people what are the current statistics, and also spread some latest method of preventing crime. Okay,
so when they're recruited, they become ambassadors for 2 years. So they undergo very extensive training.
No, it's just a one-day course, but of course we always give them updates regularly and every few months, and we give talk to them, and they will conduct chit-chat session with their peer. For example, elderly, we bring the resident down and tell them the latest crime, whether it's locally or nationally. Okay,
so they work very closely with the grassroots leaders in the particular constituencies, because there's only 138 of them.
Yes.
I mean, how many people can they possibly reach out to?
But they rotate among their residential area, and basically this 138 is very effective so far. Of course, we welcome more if there are more volunteers.
So one of the goals is also to promote self-help, and when it comes to crime prevention, do you see this happening? Has it been a success?
It is already happening for Singapore. Most of the situation in Singapore, the crime solved are with the help of public, spiritness, and police and the community working together. So the National Crime Prevention Council working very closely with the police and the community to make sure that we have a good approach and strategy to cover all this.
So your council has very strong support from the public sector, private sector, and the Singapore Police Force. So, looking forward to 2014, what are your goals? Any new targets?
Our goals is we try to, of course, hope that the crime rate continue to go down. As you see, the cheating scam have gone down more than 50%. So we want to look at, for example, theft situation, loan shark situation, I think outrage of modesty issues. These are the few areas we want to target.
All right, thank you very much, KB, for coming in today. Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you.
And that was Mr. Poh telling us more about what the crime prevention ambassadors do here in